Hey, what's happening? What is going on? All right, wait a minute. Let me make some changes. There we go. What's going on, y'all? What's happening? What's happening? What is happening? Happy Friday, okay? Happy Friday. And that's what we're going to be talking about up here tonight is the 1995 film Friday, okay? And I'm already ready. I got my little joint here and I'm already ready, okay? Hey, because I know y'all don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm going to get y'all high today because it's Friday and y'all ain't got nothing else to do. Okay? Not tonight, y'all don't. Y'all ain't got nothing to do tonight. Okay? So let's just go and watch Friday and get high together. Okay? Yeah, what's going on? This Inga 71, if it's your first time here. And I'm up here tonight and just have a good old time, okay? Let's see who's in here to say what's up to me. Hey, what's going on, OG? DMV in the house. DMV in the house, that's right. It was this elevator has God. Oh, okay. It's a long name. It's a long title for your name. Happy Friday. Hey, CJ. Hey, Miss Nisi. What's happening? What's going on? Oh, there goes CJ again. Happy Friday evening to you as well. All right. Okay, y'all. Friday. I was thinking, what's a good movie for me to recap tonight? You know what I'm saying? I was like, what movie I could do today? I was going to do another hood movie, or something like that, but I said, it's Friday, and I am going to talk about the movie Friday. Okay, this is the original. I love all the Fridays. I like the original Friday, Friday after next, and what's the other one? What was it? Friday. Oh, next Friday. Yeah, it's Friday, next Friday, Friday after next. Okay. And I know they're working on another one now. Yes, this is the movie from the 90s. Yeah, there's not a new one out yet. It's from what Ice Cube saying, they working on a script for one more Friday installment. But this is the movie from the 90s, 1995. Okay, I don't know how old y'all was in 95, but I was a grown adult in 95. Okay. I think I probably was in my early 20s. Yeah, I was in my early 20s when this movie came out. So this was a great movie. Okay, great cast, and this is the first for a lot of people. There's a lot of members, cast members on here. that this is their first time we seen Chris Tucker. Let me run down the cast. So of course we got Ice Cube as Craig Jones. Chris Tucker, he was stand-up comic, but nobody's seen him. This is his first time. This is his first movie ever, first time on film. Um, Nia Long, Tiny Zeus Lester played Debo. Anna Marie Horsford played Mama. Regina King plays his sister Dana. Paula Jai Parker plays Joy. John Witherspoon plays Daddy. Willie Jones. Bernie Mac plays the pastor. Angela Means is Felicia. Faison Love, Big Worm. Uh, AJ Johnson plays Ezell. Yvette Wilson plays Rita. LaWanda Page plays the Jehovah's Witness lady come knocking on the door. Let me see, got DJ Pooh. Tony Cox, who plays Mr. Parker. Kathleen Bradley played Mrs. Parker. Ronaldo Ray. Look, Megan Good was in here as a little kid. She ain't had no line, but she was in here as a little kid on the street. Terry Vaughn had a small little line in here. It just Michael Clark Duncan. I mean, he played. He had a he wasn't, he was just there, but he ain't had no lines. But the point I'm getting at, this was a cast of people who this was their first for a lot of them. Okay, for a lot of people, and this was a great. This is definitely a great movie. Hey, Eric H. I ain't see you sneak up in here. How you doing? Yeah, I was going to mention that, Miss Nisi, half of the cast is gone with the Lord. Okay, so we're gonna give a quick rest in peace to Tiny Zeus Lester, play Debo. A rest in peace to John Witherspoon, play Pops. Willie Jones. Rest in peace to Bernie Mac, who played the pastor. Let's see. Rest in peace to AJ Johnson, who plays Ezell. Rest in peace to Yvette Wilson, who plays Rita. She the girl who says she looked like Janet Jackson. Rest in peace to LaWanda Page. Everybody know her as Aunt Esther, but she was the Jehovah's Witness lady banging on the door. Rest in peace to, let me see, Ronaldo Ray, who played Red's father. Let me see who else in here done passed. And Michael Clark Duncan. He didn't have a line in here, but he was in there playing craps with Debo. It's so many people in this movie who had passed away. So many people. Oh, okay. He was in. Okay, so then I'm mistaken. CJ corrected me. Chris Tucker was in House Party 3. You said that was his first movie, 1994. Okay. Well, don't nobody really remember him from that, because to be honest with you, I didn't even really watch House Party 3. By the time House Party 3 came out, I was already checked out of the House Party thing. House Party 1 and 2 is what I watched. I didn't care about House Party 3. I'm sure I've seen it, but I don't even remember it like that. Because it wasn't that good. So that's why I don't remember it. But this was Chris Tucker's breakout movie. It wasn't House Party that was his breakout movie. He still was I don't want to say the word nobody, but he still was not relevant in Hollywood. When he did this movie, he went soaring right up to the sky. Okay. Hey Candy, what's going on, girl? So yeah, this movie this movie was a great movie. Funny comedy. Let me see if I can get a little bit of background on here before we get into talking about the movie. Let me see. I want to see how much money this movie made overall. It's directed by F. Gary Gray, written by Ice Cube and DJ Pooh. And let's see, the budget was 3.5 million, y'all, but in the box office, it made 27.4 million. So it was definitely a success. It came out April 26, 1995. Okay. So I remember seeing it in the theaters when it first, came out. And it was a big, huge success. And plus, all the bootlegs that was on the street, everybody and their mama had the bootlegs, the bootlegs DVDs that was floating around, VHS and DVD. So this was all in the barbershops and the beauty salons and on the street, all the bootlegs, if you didn't see it. And then the soundtrack for Friday is phenomenal. Y'all need to listen to the soundtrack. It got everybody on there. Wait a minute. Eric said I was born the 22nd. Of April. Oh, okay. All right, that's what's up. Fridays. Yeah, that's the second movie. Yeah, you corrected me. It's the second movie, but nobody cared about no damn House Party 3. Nobody don't even talk about it. Okay. So he have a real big role on there. I don't remember. I don't even remember nothing about House Party 3. So forget that movie. This was his breakout. He became a breakout star, and his career just soared to the top. From this movie. So let me get my little pictures up here. Get this going. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up, y'all. Y'all know I ain't never got everything together. But I appreciate y'all holding me down. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hope y'all can hear me real good, too. Because the microphone sometimes don't be doing this thing. Okay. All right. I'm ready. We can get all into it now. Okay. So hey, the movie Friday, and in this movie talks the movie is really a great story. It shows that just because you in the hood don't mean funny things don't be happening. The hood don't always have to be something dangerous all the time. You can you can live in the hood, but that doesn't mean, yeah. And of course, you're gonna have to deal with the dangers that goes on with living in urban neighborhoods. But a lot of funny crap happens in your neighborhood, especially just right there on your street where you live. Yeah, you said I ain't even know the House Party 3. Yeah, but that's because it wasn't good, so you ain't got to worry about watching it. Okay, I did recap House Party 1 probably a year or two ago, but at least a year ago. But I never did House Party 2. I don't know if I want to do that one. But House Party 3, I'm definitely not recapping that one. Hey, RC, what's happening? So, yeah, there's a lot of funny things that happen in your hood, especially right there on your street. And you have a lot of funny characters just sometimes right there in your neighborhood, right on your street where you live. The people across the street, the people next door, just, sometimes it's your own family members. And it's just, and you can just, even though if you're having a bad day, the people in your neighborhood and your friends and family can make you end up having a great day. So, and it was lessons in here to be learned. A lot of lessons, okay? So we'll get into it. No, before I get into this thing, I want to talk about some of the most famous lines from Friday. Everybody knows, "Bye, Felicia." That's one of the most famous lines. And he go another one. "I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm going to get you high today because it's Friday. You ain't got no job and you ain't got shit to do. Okay? So I'm going to get y'all high today because I'm already ready. I got my little joint. I just don't have it lit right now. But I'm already ready. You got knocked the fuck out. Okay? And here's another one. "You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie." And then How you gonna get fired on your day off? Those just some of the famous lines from the movie. There's so many quotables in here. And if y'all give me some other ones that I didn't have. I only put a few that came to my mind, but there's so many quotables that I ain't even have room to put on here. This whole movie is a quotable, okay? This whole movie is a quotable movie. Um, yeah, you ain't never lying about that, Miss Niecy. Um, so if y'all got any other quotables, y'all put it in the chat. And it just starts off like any other day, okay? Any other day in the hood. It's in the morning. Smokey is doing what he do, like me, get up, rolling up one, smoking, starting the day. I don't really start my day off smoking. I usually end my day smoking. I don't start my day smoking because I need to be clear headed on if I'm working, if it's a work day. But I don't never wake up in the morning and start smoking. My son, on the other hand, he smoked night and day and night. But I don't start the day off smoking. But by the evening time, I need to relax. So that's what I do. And you got Pops, and Pops is the dog catcher, and and he's sitting there dreaming about dogs. Okay, and we got Stanley next door, and the man who playing Stanley live next door. Um, I saw Ice Cube mention this, so this is not something I heard. I heard it from got it from Ice Cube. He said this is his real life cousin. This guy next door, the guy who was the man next door, Stanley, that's Ice Cube's real life cousin. And you got look at Ezel. He's the neighborhood crackhead, and he's stealing or doing something that crackheads do. Um, so that's how the morning is getting going. And everybody is sleeping, and early in the morning, here you got the damn Jehovah's Witness banging on the damn door, okay? Banging on the door. I mean, them Jehovah's Witnesses better not come banging on my door. I don't even open the door no more because I don't want to be rude to people. I really don't want to be nasty. And I know they're trying to do the Lord's work, but I just don't even bother open the door. Even when they knock on the door, I done had Mormons knock on my door. I just don't even open the door no more. Because I'm not even gonna sit there and try to entertain, go through all all the stuff with them. So and LaWanda Page, and I forgot the other lady's name. She also passed away too. The lady that's standing there with LaWanda Page. She's also passed away. It's like I tell you, half the cast and passed on. Um, so and Craig is opening up the door to him, and he slammed the door in their face, and the Jehovah's Witness, she had no name. It was just Jehovah's Witness lady, and she cussed him out. So just don't be bothered opening the door for them people. I know they got to do their job, the Lord's work, but just don't even bother open the door. And then we got Regina King plays Craig's sister, Dana, and she sleep. And you know how I don't have long hair no more, but when I used to have long hair, and I used to have to go sit in the beauty parlor for hours and get my damn hair done. You don't want to mess your damn hair up. Candy Love know what I'm talking about. Miss Niecy know what I'm talking about. You don't want to mess your hair up. So you sitting there trying to sleep real still after spent all that time and energy and money getting your hair done, and you ain't trying to mess your hair up. So that's what she was doing. And then he gonna sit there. Craig gonna sit there and ask her, "Do she got any money? Does she got any money?" But Craig done lost his damn job. Okay, but we'll get into that part. So you going around borrowing money, but how the hell you gonna pay it back if you ain't got no job? Okay. Usually they come faithfully every Saturday. Lord, please don't even come knocking on my door no more. I ain't seen them in a minute, but they still around. I see them in the neighborhood, but they haven't knocked on my door for some time. So Um, maybe because they know I ain't answering the door no more. I don't know. They do. They haven't knocked on my door, and I'm not gonna answer the door. I don't care how long you bang on the door. I ain't answering it. And then Craig, he goes in the kitchen trying to get him some cereal. Now, come on now, y'all. You don't need no damn big bowl like this to eat no cereal. This like a mixing bowl or a bowl you make potato salad in. You know, this is a big mixing bowl to be mixing up a cake or you making some potato salad or something. But you do not use no bowl this goddamn big to eat no bowl of cereal. But then it wasn't no milk. Now, who in the hell put the milk in the refrigerator? Um, if the carton was empty, who put the carton the who put the carton the empty carton of milk in the refrigerator? Who did that? I can't stand no crap like that. I hate when somebody leave a little swallow of juice or milk or something like that. That pisses me off, and I would go off of it. My son will tell you I go off. Okay. Um, yeah, just left a little corner. Hey, all I see. Um, yeah, baby could mess that hair up and yeah, you got to look at all the money that you done spend getting your hair done. Us women, we know we be trying to lay real still, but I cut all mine off, so I don't have time to worry about that crap no more. But back when I used to have long hair, going to the beauty parlor all the time, I was like, oh, because you ain't got time to be. You be trying to have that stuff stretch out for at least a good 2 weeks, before you be going back again. 2 to 3 weeks if possible. But I ain't got time for it now. I'm too old for it. I do not have the time. Um, yes, that same like on Harlem Nights. Who gonna leave a goddamn swallow of juice or milk or whatever? And you don't need no damn big ass bowl that you be making potato salad in to eat no damn cereal. That's ridiculous. So, he was about to scrape the dry cereal in the trash, and the father was like, "Oh no, you can put some water on that." Who wants to eat some cereal with water on it? Nah, I ain't eating the cereal with no water. I'm not doing that. I'd rather just eat it dry right out the box. I'd rather just eat it dry. Just go and grab it. What was it? Captain Crunch or Fruit Loops or Honey Nut Cheerios, whatever. I just rather get it dry and eat dry cereal. And munch on that before I would just put water on it. I ain't that pressed. Um, and Pops was always eating, but then he had them big old bag of grapes, just smacking, just smacking and eating. Um, and he was getting on Craig about not having a job. Craig done lost his job, and he talking to him about you got to go and get back to work. Go out here and look for a damn job. Your ass been sitting around the house and ain't doing nothing. And look, my father is like, Pop, you lose your job, you ain't about to sit around no house. Matter of fact, you wouldn't even want to sit around the house. I would leave even if I just had to go somewhere and sit in the park all goddamn day, until I can get me a job. But I would not sit in the house in front of my father. No, not my dad, not my dad. Because if you're gonna sit in the house, he gonna make you do a whole bunch of damn yard work, a whole bunch of cleaning in the house. He gonna find some project on me, painting anything, and I don't care if I was a girl. He had me out there doing stuff. So, um, yeah, you got you can say you got 24 hours to find another job at least. And I know it's not easy in this day and time to go and just find a job the next day, but at least be looking. Okay. And you ain't gonna just be laying around putting your feet up and doing nothing. Yes, and powdered milk. Now, I have used powdered milk before, and it's not powdered milk for cereal is nasty. But powdered milk, if you use it making like pancakes or making a cake, that's fine. But powdered milk for cereal, no. Yeah, and back in the day, you used to have to look in the newspaper for a job. You wasn't no online in 1995. It wasn't even really no cell phones unless you was a drug dealer. The average person didn't have a cell phone because they were so expensive in 1995. Shit, we had beepers and stuff, and using the damn payphone and landline phones. So you had to open up the newspaper and go find a damn job, okay? And at least be looking, okay? At least looking. But you ain't gonna be sitting up just not doing nothing and eating a big old bowl of cereal. I don't know what Craig think he was doing. And the mother in the kitchen, and she throwing that. Okay, so he had Captain Crunch. Look at the go to box right there in the picture. He had Captain Crunch, so he could just eat that shit dry. But the mother in the kitchen throwing down, and Craig is thinking that probably in his mind he thinking that she cooking breakfast for everybody. That she just, she probably cooking for the whole family, and she ain't cooking for the whole family. She cooking for herself. Okay, she cooking for herself, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. But she said, go and talk to your father, because your father wanted to talk to, dad, pops wanted to talk to Craig about working as a dog catcher, because that's what the father did. He was a dog catcher, and he wanted to get Craig in that. And Craig was like, he didn't want to be no damn dog catcher. But he goes in the bathroom when Pops is in there doing number two. Okay. Yeah, Mama got the rib right now. I know I'm gonna talk about that in 1 second. Pops in the bathroom doing number two. Okay. Look, he in there doing not just number two, he in there doing number 2, 3, 4, and 5. And spraying all the Lysol and all the spray all over the place. And like and then he is in there bug naked sitting on the toilet. And I know it's stinking. And you can hear it go plop, 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 plop. And he got Craig sitting there listening to all his crap, no pun intended, coming out of his backside. Man, if my father did some stuff like that to me, I would have died. Now, my father did some stuff to embarrass me, that's for sure. But I can't ever recall, maybe because I'm a girl, so I don't recall being in the bathroom with my dad when he doing number two. He might crack the door and yell through the door to say, yo, Inga, I need you to do this or do that. Bring me, he always wanted to, we kept magazines in the bathroom back in the day. That's when you had Ebony and Jet. Miss Niecy know what I'm talking about with the Ebonies and Jets and RC. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And we had magazines in the bathroom. So my father might be in there for hours reading the damn magazine, probably looking at the, what's on the Jet magazine, the Beauty of the Week. But he ain't never had me stand in the bathroom and have a full-blown conversation. Yeah, nah, yeah. He said, they said, your mama told me what happened to you. Yeah, because he lost his job on his day off. He was working for UPS, and they accused him of stealing boxes on his day off. Why the hell are you stealing boxes? Okay, what did you need to steal a box for? And on your damn day, that's the worst to get fired on your damn day off. But that, so he, but you know how these jobs are. They ready to let you go for any little stupid thing anyway. So, but he's trying to talk him into also going to be a dog catcher. And Craig said he ain't want to do that. So then we get a bang at the door, and this old crackhead Felicia. And Felicia always coming up there to trying to bum something. Let me borrow some, let me borrow money. Let me hold something. Girl, go and get your life together. Get off the crack and and take a damn bath. You look like you ain't bathed in forever. So go and do that. And just always begging. She was just always banging on the door, begging all the time. And it's early in the morning. Remember that this is still morning time. The mama is getting ready for work, and the daddy getting ready for work, and the daughter was getting ready to go to school. So she was getting ready for high school or whatever she was in. And so it's early in the morning. You come banging on my door, coming to wanting to borrow something or begging for something. No, it wasn't no borrow. She was coming up there trying to get, asking for Craig, if you got any money, you got this, you got that. And I was like, girl, if you want to get your begging ass from away from here, I know I would have cussed her out. Y'all feel like my voice is getting raspy. I hope I ain't coming down with no cold. I'm gonna drink me some tea when I get up off of here. So now the phone just keeps ringing and hanging up, ringing and hanging up. And this is old ghetto ass, ratchet ass girlfriend, played by Let me look at the cast one more time. Played by her name was Joy, played by Paula Jai Parker. Now Paula Jai Parker, she is good at playing these goddamn roles like this. She knows how to play these ratchet ass roles. Um, yeah, she definitely a hoochie mama. She and that was a song that was playing too. I think in the like I said, the soundtrack is a phenomenal soundtrack. Couldn't believe they put her and Nia Long as sisters. Oh yeah, you talking about Felicia? Exactly, I know. Well, you know something though, Miss Nisi. A lot. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody. A lot of people. This is the '90s too. This was 1995. This is the height of the crack era. A lot of people had family members in it, whether it was their mom, their dad, their sister, their brother, their grandma, their grandpa. There was a lot of people had a family member at that time living in a house with you that was on crack. You know, remember this is 1995. So it's not unbelievable, but I know what you're saying. Um, so one of my favorite saying is "you got knocked the f out," and the other was "I steal, I don't kill." Right? So she just like Craig, I don't even remember all she said. Her voice was annoying. Everything about her was annoying. And so with them damn long ass nails, and I don't even know why Craig was fooling with her. I guess it was just to sleep with her because she definitely somebody you want to bring around to meet your mama. She definitely ain't no girlfriend material to come around and meet your mama. But you know, and she just, accusing him of messing around and all of it. Look, Craig ain't had time to deal with her. He just slammed the phone down on her because she wasn't talking about a damn thing. So the mother was telling Craig that, he ain't got no game because she said, look, I don't like that little hoochie mama girl keep calling him, slam the phone down on me. You need to be talking to um, Debbie, which played by Nia Long, because she's beautiful and everything, and she got her hit, got herself together. She said, but the problem is, Craig, you ain't got no game. She said, but your daddy, he got game. And Craig said, I got all the game. I got all the game. And then Pop's coming from out the bathroom talking about you need to be waiting 35, 45 minutes to use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't go here and he come out spraying and everything, talking about you can hear the toilet flushing, talking about wait 35, 45 minutes to use the bathroom. Cause I'm sure that thing was all stank the hell up. Okay. I'm sure that bathroom was funky, funkified funky. And I wouldn't want to go in that bathroom. Okay. I hope they got more than one bathroom. But it seemed like they don't in this house. But because not every, houses, especially back then, everybody ain't had multiple bathrooms like we got now with houses with 2, 3 bathrooms in it. Back in the day, you might have a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom house, and uh, and a whole bunch of people lived in a 2 or 3-bedroom house. I think when I was growing up, we only had one bathroom. It was 5 of us living up in there, and sometimes other relatives would come over and stay when they needed a place to stay. So sometimes we had more than 5 people and 2 dogs, 1 bathroom. So he probably did funk that bathroom all up, and then now everybody got to wait 35, 45 minutes to use the bathroom. And so Pops told Craig, the word of the day is job, job. You need to go out here and go find you a damn job. Okay. So he said that bathroom was stanky. A whole man check. Yeah, I mean, well, sometimes you look, and this is what I like about this movie, because this movie has a family. It wasn't a single mama. It wasn't a no the Craig and his sister being raised by big mama, grandma. This was a mother and a father with 2 kids, and they were together, and the father was there to teach them life lessons. There's a lot of lessons in this movie. Okay. I just went back and rewatched it so I could be talking about it with y'all. And I'm thinking there are so many lessons in here that these young kids need to hear right now. While um while she has a whole man in the bed. Oh, and and you know this man. Yeah, that's another famous line. Yes. Um. Who? Oh yeah. Who was you at the show with last night? He wasn't even. He said I wasn't even at the damn show. So she was just yeah, oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Joy had a whole man laying next to her in the bed, and yeah, she questioning Craig about what he doing. Yeah, exactly, y'all. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm reading your comments delayed, so forgive me for the delay. But yeah, she had a whole man laying next to her in the bed, but yeah, she questioning Craig about he was at the show last night, and he said, "Look, girl," he just hung the phone up on that girl. Well, going back to the mama, yeah, somebody mentioned it here earlier. I think it was Miss Niecy that the mama was throwing down um in the kitchen. The mother made pork chops, bacon, sausage, scrapple, pancakes, waffles, grits, eggs. Y'all, what else did she have? Toast. What else the hell did she have, y'all? Did I miss anything? She had oatmeal, cream of wheat. I mean, she had everything y'all could think of. Fried potatoes, home fries. I mean, she had everything y'all could think of for breakfast. She had it all in front of her with a cup of coffee and some juice. And and Craig said, um, Craig was like, when she was cooking the food, he was like, Mama, hook it up. He thinking that he gonna get a plate. So he looking around like, well, where's my plate? She said, oh, baby, I ain't say I was making none for you. This was for me. You eating all that at 8 o'clock in the morning before you go to work? Yes, all that pork, all that. Oh, that was a lot to eat. Yeah, Craig was like, hook it up. Irrigates, look, bacon, sausage, scrapple. She probably had all kind of links. She had pancakes, waffles. I mean, you name it, grits. Everything y'all could think of for breakfast, this lady had it on her plate. Okay, she had it all. You eating all that? If I eat all that like that, even if I eat pancakes or waffle with eggs and sausage, sometimes I do. Sometimes I fix some pancakes and sausage and stuff, or we go out for breakfast to a breakfast spot, and we have if I get all that, man, I'm going to sleep. Usually, I come home and take a nap. That holds me all day long. Yes, the grits with cheese. What's y'all favorite breakfast? What y'all like to have? Like on a normal day, on a work day, I ain't got time for no big breakfast. Who got time to be making big breakfast in the morning before you start your work day? Today I just had an English muffin and some orange juice. But some days I don't even eat breakfast. I just go right to start lunch. But what y'all on the Saturday or Sunday when y'all home and or if y'all go out to a breakfast spot, what's y'all favorite breakfast thing? What y'all like to have? She had eggs, bacon, sausage, grits, toast, and some leftover pork chops. Yeah, I mean, she had it all. Grits with cheese, pancakes. Yeah, the mother was wrong for she could at least RC like took some of that and put it on and put it on a damn paper plate or something for him. That is too much food to be eaten. Let me take a sip of water, sorry. That is too much food to be eaten before you go to work. I would be laying back down too. All I see, I would be laying down snoring after that. I legit know he's. I know this movie like yeah. I'm telling you. You say you'll make it so for your breakfast. You'll have like a breakfast sandwich or breakfast burrito. Um, so okay, this is not during the weekday. You talking about like on the weekends? Because that's want to know which time when y'all home and y'all making a big breakfast. Which are you there? Because during the weekday, I know y'all can't have no big ass breakfast before y'all go to work or go to school or wherever y'all going. Corned beef hash, wheat toast. Okay, all right. If I'm home chilling, biscuits and gravy. Yes, biscuits and gravy is good. I haven't made that in a minute. I haven't had that in a minute. Sam. Oh, I love salmon croquettes and fried potatoes. Oh, now you talking. That's good eating right there. And let me have a little bit of scrambled eggs maybe on the side, or some some grits maybe with it too. And see, and if I eat that, all that starch and everything, I'm really going to sleep. Matter of fact, I'm going to the grocery store tomorrow. I'm gonna get me some I'm gonna get me a can of salmon so I can make me some salmon croquettes. Yes. Thank you, Miss Niecy, for that idea. I'll throw that right in my grocery basket. Yeah, she was doing the most. And then she gonna like, oh, I ain't say I was making enough for you. You man, you wasn't gonna give your son nothing. That was crazy. Especially that was a suit. I mean, yeah. Look at she throwing down. Look at she got the knife and the fork. She got it going on. Um. You make your breakfast burritos on yourself. Okay, good. And yeah, I like a nice breakfast sandwich. I'll make them sometime if I have croissants here at home. I'll do it on a croissant, or I'll just do it on like wheat bread or something like that, or biscuits. Maybe I might make a biscuit, sausage egg biscuits. I do them here at home too. You said you haven't had salmon croquettes since my mom used to make them. Yes, I love them. I haven't made some recently. I don't know if I made any this year. So it's been a minute. So yeah, I'm going to store tomorrow. I'll get some. But yeah, she was throwing down. She had all that on her plate. So I know she gonna go to work and she gonna be sleeping at her job. Okay, so then Craig ain't had nothing to eat, so um he go Smokey. Now we get introduced to Smokey, played by Chris Tucker. He come busting through the window, tearing the curtains down. I would have been like, nigga, what you doing tearing my damn curtains? Craig done pulled out his piece, and then next thing you know, we see Big Worm, played by Faison Love. We see Big Worm coming down the street, and Smokey owes him money. But he was supposed to sell the bud, but instead of selling it, he's smoking it up. Okay, so he ain't had the $200 that he was supposed to pay a Big Worm, because he done smoked up all the he done smoked up everything. Yeah, Craig said, break your no, I mean Smokey. I'm sorry, Smokey said, break yourself, fool. Yeah. Um Yeah, I'm about to have my mom make me some salmon croquettes. That's right. I, I'm gonna go to the store tomorrow and I'm gonna get my stuff because that's what I may have for a nice Sunday brunch. Eggs, grits, turkey, bacon. Yeah, look, y'all make okay. Now I'm making myself hungry. Now y'all making me hungry because I need to I definitely need to eat something. And after I get off here, I'm gonna go in that kitchen and fix me something to eat or warm up something to eat. And I'm gonna take a couple little puffs of this right here, and I'm gonna definitely give me something to eat. Um, so he was supposed to sell the bud, and instead of selling it and making the $200 so he can get Big Worm, he smoked up everything. So now he don't have the money to pay Big Worm. Big Worm said, "Don't be playing with my emotions." And I ain't, I ain't the one to mess with, right? I ain't the one to play with. So, and he gonna have to deal with Big Worm later on. So now we see Nia Long. This is a young Nia Long. Okay, this is 1995. Nia Long. I mean, she's still beautiful. Now, don't get me wrong. Nia Long is still beautiful, but in 1995, she was all the men wanted her in the 90s. Okay, this was after she did Boys in the Hood. Boys in the Hood came out in 1990. So this is some years later after. And so Nia Long was in her prime, looking beautiful, and she go jogging down the street, and Craig and Smokey is just got their tongues hanging out over her because Nia Long she was beautiful. Oh wait a minute, what Miss Nisha said? I baked spaghetti, a salad, garlic bread, corn and cob. That was your dinner for today. Yeah, I got some leftover food in there, And then I got some salad. I think I'm gonna just eat me a little salad. I don't want nothing too heavy, but I do got some pasta in the refrigerator too. But I don't know if I want to eat that this late. But I know I'm gonna get the munchies, especially after I light this up and get the smoking on this. I just get the smoking on this. I'm gonna get the munchies. So, but I got a little salad in there. I think I'm gonna eat some salad. Um, yes, Miss Niece need to pass out plates. Um, yeah, she definitely was on Guiding Light. I remember that OG. Yeah, she definitely was on Guiding Light. That yeah, 90. She was 90s fine. Okay, she was 90s fine. Okay. Look, your girl, your girl Ginger Snaps here. I had it going on too in the 90s. Okay, I was smaller. I had the Coca-Cola's little shape. Okay, I got the pictures to prove it, so I ain't lying. I can show it to you. Um, you say you eating wings now. Y'all making me damn hungry. Okay. Um, so yeah, and you know something with the 90s fine? Women were natural bodies, y'all, okay? Women had natural bodies, wasn't no BBL. Look at her. Wasn't no BBL, wasn't no fake breasts, wasn't no fake cheekbones, wasn't no none of that kind of crap. Women had natural bodies. And that's what made nine women of the 80s and the 7 the, now I'm gonna go even further back. The 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. That's what made the women of those eras fine. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, all the women was fine because women had natural bodies. Okay. And also men were men back then. Men were alpha men. They were real men. Now it's a lot of sucker ass dudes now that, but men were real men back then. Um, Baby, the 90s, you couldn't tell me shit. We was natural. But yes, I know I had it going on. I don't care what y'all say, okay? I should post my damn pictures. I had it going on in the 90s. I was cute. I was cute. Y'all don't play me no attention. I am up here. I'm just making my own self laugh. The 90s, all natural and knew how to cook too. Yes. By the 2000s, they fell off. I totally agree with this comment. And women, it's a lot of girls. When I'm calling them girls, because they don't even act like women. But there's a lot of women in their 30s and their 40s, their 20s and 30s and 40s. Some of them don't even still know how to cook. Like, what did your mama teach you? What did your mama teach you? I ain't say you gotta be no, no Julia Childs. You ain't gotta be no chef, but you should at least know how to make something and put up something on the plate. God dang, make some eggs or something. Yes, we was confident in ourselves. That is so true. Um, so she going down, jogging down the street, looking cute, and she had a Walkman. Okay, that's back in the day when you had a Walkman or a Discman. Wasn't no streaming, wasn't no none of that kind of stuff that we got going on now. It was, this is 1995. So as they were sitting on the front on Craig's front porch, just waiting on everybody to leave the house so that they could so Smokey could smoke. They started reminiscing Smokey was telling Craig the story about what happened with Red played by DJ Pooh, who also wrote the script with Ice Cube. DJ Pooh wrote the script with Ice Cube, and he was telling them about what happened with Debo and Red, and had how Red got knocked the F out because he took some money. He took his bike. I'm sorry, not money. Sorry, he took his bike from Debo. He had told Debo he brought his dad up there, played by the legendary, rest in peace, Ronaldo Ray. Told him, say, look, man, I need my bike back and everything. Because he said he was going to borrow the bike and never bought it back. Debo said, oh, let me take your bike, let me use your bike, whatever, and never bought it back. So Debo was the neighborhood bully, where he kept on pressing him about his bike, and he knocked Red. Red went flying high in the sky and flat on his ass, on his back. And then his daddy come out the car and he said, don't be trying to mess with. He said, he told Debo told the daddy, oh, you want some of this too? Daddy was like, nah, don't be messing with these good people. Get your ass in the car. And so he ain't never get his bike back, and not till later on. But right now, he ain't get his bike back. Debo was a neighborhood punk, a neighborhood bully. Just loved to bully everybody. Okay, rest in peace to Tiny Lester. But everybody knows everybody had a somebody in their neighborhood that used to go around probably bullying people and beating up people and taking advantage of people. I can only speak for myself with this generation of men. I'm not them. No, I'm not, definitely. I ain't thinking that about you, Eric H. That you was that way. I'm just saying, but it's a lot of sucker ass dudes out here now. They not real men. In the '60s, the '70s, the '80s, the '90s, not only we had real women, we had real men back then. Now it's a lot of weak ass dudes now. A lot of people sus. There's a lot of stuff that's going on now that wasn't going on back then. And it was happening, but it was just done differently back then. I remember the biker shorts. I would be posted up with my girl, and I was always looking at them with the star jacket. Biker shorts are still out now. Biker shorts are popular. I got biker shorts. I put my big fat ass in some biker shorts too. I sure do. OG. uh, I got me some biker shorts. I got different colors, and I would squeeze my behind right up in them. They make them in all sizes. What I tell you about coming over here and messing with these people? That's what the daddy said. Um, yeah, I'm glad your mama raised you different too. You seem like a solid man, so I'm glad your mama raised you the right way. Yeah, so uh Red did not get his bike, okay? Not right now. Later on at the end of the movie, he get his bike back, but right now he did not get his bike. So this was like a flashback scene because Smokey was telling Craig everything that happened and what went down. So then the mama comes out there and said, listen, you bet the phone keep ringing and hanging up and ringing and hanging up. So the mama comes out there and tell Craig, look, you better tell that little hussy Joy to stop calling and hanging up on my phone. And I know it was her because I dialed star 69. Y'all remember star 69? That was when we had landline phones, okay? I dialed star 69 and it rang back to her and she hung up on me. So I know it was her. And of course, we got Stanley next door, peeking and being nosy and seeing what's going on. And I think that was also when Neil Long's character Debbie was jogging down the street, so he was looking too. And Ice Cube said this is his real life cousin, this guy. So that's a good fun fact right there. So Smokey says hi to the mama. Hi, Mrs. Jones. And she said, hi, Smokey, and slammed the door. Because she can't probably stand Smokey. Because she knows Smokey ain't about nothing. All he do is sit around all day. He's a bum. Sit around all day and smoke and don't have no job. And, he just like a bullshit artist. He ain't doing nothing. So that's probably why she gave him no. She spoke with him, but she just gave no. Yeah, what's up? How you doing? Slam the door. Yeah, and always get off the grass. Yeah, Stanley's always telling somebody to get off the damn grass. Baby biker shorts came out when the butt song came out from School Days. I wore mine and went to you went to the frat party and you won that contest. Child, when the butt came out, I was out there doing the butt because I'm here I was here living in DC, and that was the song at the time, okay? And that was the thing, doing the butt. Hey, sexy. I was wearing my biker shorts. But look, you can put the biker shorts on now. Okay, they make them all sizes. Everybody can wear biker shorts now. I got me some damn biker shorts. I'll sure squeeze my big fat behind in them. Okay. If it's hot tomorrow, I'll be wearing them tomorrow. So now they go over to they was waiting on everybody to they was waiting on the mama to leave the house. So they go over to Smokey's house, and Smokey mama answering the door. She ain't doing nothing. She ain't got no job. Look like she laying there. I don't know if she working that, but Joanne, that was her name, Joanne. I don't know if she working or not, but she's still in her nightgown. She gossiping on the phone. She ain't doing nothing, looking at TV. And go in Smokey's room, and he got everything, all the posters, everything smoking related. Cypress Hill in the background. He lighting one good one up. Um, you know, and they say that Cali weed is the best weed. Um, and one more say about Joanne. Joanne was looking at Craig like she wanted to eat him up. You know what I'm saying? She looking at Craig like she wanted to eat him up and spit him out. So she gives Smokey $1 and said, go to the store and get me some cigarettes. And he said, this ain't enough. She said, make it enough. Make it enough. And to this day, I still say that. Make it enough. How you going to get some damn I know, look, cigarettes was cheaper back then in 1995, but it definitely wasn't no damn dollar. Okay, I can tell you that now. It was not it was not $1. Hey, Mo 69, what's going on? How you gonna sell bud when you smoke it? Right, exactly. I mean, you could smoke bud and sell it, but you can't smoke all your product. You gotta have your little stash for yourself, but you can't smoke all your damn product. That you just can't do that, okay? You can't do that. Because how you gonna make the money if you smoking up all your product? Yeah, you ain't saying you can't smoke and sell, but you can't smoke all your stuff up, and then you ain't got nothing to sell. And then that's not even his weed. That was Big Worm's weed that he supposed to give him $200, and he ain't got the money. Okay, he ain't got the money. it's Smokey's like, yeah, that's my only problem. How the fact that he's smoking up all the weed, but he supposed to be selling it at the same time. So yeah, they say you don't get high on your own supply. Okay. And he definitely doing that, getting high on his own supply. But make it enough with that $1. So they get in the car, and great sound, Ice Cube song on, if you listen to the soundtrack, it's playing right about now. And in this scene, and they going to the store, to little corner store. Got an Asian guy trying to look like he a black man with a scully on and everything. F. Gary Gray, who's a director, is play a guy who work in the store. You got Ezel, played by, rest in peace to AJ Johnson. Ezel's the neighborhood, crackhead, and he told he told Smokey to buy him a 40 ounce. He goes in the store and lay on the ground and acting like he slipped and talking about my neck and my back, my neck, my back, my neck and my back. Okay, and he talking about we could settle out of court for $20. Okay. Oh, the soundtrack was definitely fire. Okay, the soundtrack was fire, and and the F. Gary Gray's character, he didn't have a name. He just was a guy who worked in the store, and he said, "Look, man, it ain't even wet over there. Get your ass up and get up out of here." So they end up. Craig bought him a 40 and talking about, listen, I mean not Craig. I'm sorry, Smokey bought Ezel a 40, saying, you better come over later on and wash my damn car. Look, you ain't never gonna see him no more. He ain't never come to, and the whole time he ain't never come. All this stuff happened in one day. Remember that this is all within one day. He ain't never come back over there to wash that car. So now they see Miss Parker. Hey, Miss Parker. She know what she doing. She bending all over, showing her tatas, showing her backside. And then the mama come out and she said, hey, girl. And she said, and Miss Parker was like, oh, yeah. She said, oh, yeah, I'm on my way to work. She said, yeah, call me when you get home from work. She said, okay. Like, but she always come outside dressed with them little shorts on and all her chest hanging out. She do that so that, for everybody in the neighborhood. You know how women, uh, you know how much you can get for that slip and fall. Buy me a 40 for my birthday. He said, when's your birthday? He said, what's today? Right. Yeah, Eric, thank you, Eric. You got, that's what I'm saying. I only had a couple of quotables at the beginning. I said, put in the chat if y'all can remember all the quotables. This movie is just covered in quotables. Covered in quotables. Um, yes, she was on The Price is Right. Yes, she was Kathleen on The Price is Right. She sure was. She used to have an affair with Bob Barker too, back in the day. Um, give me 3.5 minutes, maybe even 4. She going to be wanting to marry a nigga, right? 3.5 minutes. Smokey, if you come over here bothering Inga 71 for 3.5 minutes, I'm gonna beat you up just for wasting my damn time. Okay? I'm gonna bust you upside your head just for wasting my time. 3.5 minutes? Please. Okay? That's a waste of my goddamn time. That's Miss Parker, one of Parker's beautiful. Yes. Mm-hmm. Look, that ain't even no damn 3 pumps. 3 pumps? By the time you get your pants off, Eric, that's 3 minutes right there. Talking about 3 minutes. Maybe 4. Come on now. No, 4. We just starting to get things going. And 4, we just starting to get things going. No, you would be wasting my damn time, and I would have to kick Smokey right off out my house. No, no. He wasting my time. And there we got the legendary Bernie Mac. Rest in peace. Bernie Mac is the preacher, the pastor. He comes over there asking where Craig's mama was, and she's gone to work. And he wants some of that weed that Smokey is smoking on. But then all of a sudden, Miss Parker's bent over, and then next thing you know, he going across the street. He go over there and tap that. You know what I'm saying? And you know these pastors be tapping the women in the church. Y'all don't be believing these pastors, okay? I don't care what your church is. I don't care who your church. I don't care what the name of your church and who your pastor is. These pastors be tapping the ladies in the church, okay? They be, and especially the young girls in the church. And I mean, furthermore, they might be tapping the men too. But that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But you know, all that download stuff goes on in the church. So, but the Bernie Mac, he see Miss Parker bending all over, showing that backside, and he runs right on over there and go on over there and try to get him some of that. Yeah, that was an old Seville Cadillac, yeah, that he was driving in. Mm-hmm. Okay, so then now Hector drives up and he said, "What's up, Smokey?" And he said, "Man, F you, Hector." And then Smokey goes and tell Craig the story. He said, "Why you don't like Hector?" And he goes, and then we get another flashback. And this is the story of when Hector and his homeboy gave Smokey some, he thought he was smoking weed, but he put some PCP. He probably had gave him some Sherm. Okay. And he gave him some PCP rolled up in that joint. And next thing you know, it was angel dust or something. And he gave him something rolled up in there. And next thing you know, he running down the street buck naked without his clothes on, damn near buck naked in his drawers and hiding in Debo's pigeon coop. And he said his mama had to get him out the pigeon coop. And then we see the little boy, the neighborhood boy. I don't forget what his name is now, but he was he's the one that was knocking over all the trash cans. What was the little boy's name? I don't forgot his name now. I forgot the little boy's name. But anyway, Little Chris. Yes, right, Little Chris. Lil Chris. He was the one who was going around knocking over everybody's, because it was, I guess it must have been like trash day, and he was going around knocking everybody's trash cans over. Let me see what y'all saying. 'Cause y'all got me laughing in these comments. Around here, between Normandy and Weston, we call this a little 2020, a little 2020 twing. That's right. Badass little Chris. Um, Say, oh, you say you had a Smokey moment yourself in the '90s that almost ended bad. Let's just say I'll never smoke weed again. Well, I smoke weed. Okay, I got my joint right here. It's not lit. Okay, it's not lit, but I got my little joint right here. This is a little pre roll. This is a little small pre roll, and but it's infused, so it's strong. Okay, if somebody never smoked weed before, I wouldn't tell them to smoke this, because this is infused. It's a little more potent. So, but however, I don't smoke nothing that somebody gave me. Like, no, I don't smoke anything that somebody said, oh, here, and pass it along to me. And I didn't see you roll it, and I don't know where it came from. And back then it wasn't no dispensaries because weed was illegal at the time. So, in different states, federally it's still illegal, but different states it wasn't, legal at the time in 1995. But even now, I'm not gonna smoke nothing that I didn't see you roll, or I didn't roll myself, or just something like that. I don't know. You ain't gonna just pass me no joint and then say, "Here, smoke this." I don't know what the hell you might have put in it. I smoke only my own stuff. Ain't even no puff puff pass no more. Once COVID came, Eric Gage, I stopped doing the puff puff pass. The only person that I would do that with is my own son, because that's my son. So, I could take a couple of puffs, pass it to him. He take a couple puffs, pass it back to me. My own son. But anybody else, no, I'm not doing the puff puff pass with. Especially since when COVID came. Mm-mm. Hey, Ace, how you doing? My cousin smoked some lace weed. He went crazy as hell ever since. Yeah, see, that's lace weed. It was PCP, angel dust. It could be some LSD. It could be some cocaine in there. It could be some crack. It could be heroin. It could be a number of things. No, no, and yeah, bring your own. And I will give you the stuff to, if you don't have a joint, I would give you one, maybe a pre roll, but I won't give you. But no, 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 no. I'm not smoking something that you give me. That I ain't doing that. Yeah, my son, I trust him. I mean, yeah, but you right. I don't know what the hell he be doing, Monique. So you right. Maybe I need to stop that. But maybe I need to stop that. But I mean, but we be he no. You know why? It's not. It's because he rolls it up in front of me. So I'm seeing him roll it. He's good at rolling. He rolls blunts in front of me, and then I'll take a puff. He take a puff. That's the only reason why. But you right, Monique. We don't know what nobody be doing. So he my own son. I don't know what he doing when he ain't around me. You right about that. He was walking up down the street fighting the police naked. Oh Lord, yeah. So yeah, I won't take nothing that somebody gave me, and I buy, most of the time I buy pre rolls. So unless my son rolls for me, he'll roll some fresh ones for me. So that's what I do. Um, so Debo done rolled up on the bike that Red had. And of course, when Debo come, you gotta take your chains off. You gotta take your watches off. You gotta take everything off. And he, he saw, he was like, "What's up, Craig? What's up?" And he was asking, he was frisking Smokey down, trying to see if he had any money. He was like, "No, I don't have it," because they took everything out their pockets. You gotta take your beeper out your pocket. You gotta take everything, because Debo will try to take everything from you. So then they're gonna go and try to break into Stanley, because Stanley left out the house, they're gonna try to climb in the window. Ain't no try, they did. They climbed in the window and tried to go in there and steal from Stanley, which Debo did steal $200. And right now, Smokey need that $200. But he come in there and breaking shit all up in the man's house and everything. I know he had to have noticed it, but Debo, he ain't sharing nothing. He ain't sharing nothing with you. He's he done took stuff out the man's house, and Debo's just he's just a big bully. But this is the funny part here coming up right now. We got a little Tony Cox. This is my man Tony Cox. I first knew about him from Penitentiary back in the day. The Penitentiary movies. But he's been in everything. What was it? Me, it was Me, Myself, and Irene. He was in a lot of movies. Tony Cox been in so many. He was on Martin. He been on so many TV shows and movies. The list goes on and on. Y'all can look him up. But Tony Cox, I believe he's still alive too. I don't think he's passed away yet. Tony, let me look and see. Tony Cox, my man. Let me see. I like him. Tony Cox. Let me see if he's alive. Okay, hold on. Yeah, he's 68 years old. He's still alive. He's 3 feet 6 inches tall. And he's married. He's 3 feet 6 inches tall. He's married. He's originally from Alabama. Okay. So he just turned 68, actually. He just turned 68. So he's still around. So I'm glad that, I haven't seen him for a minute. What is going on with my light here? Hold on. Okay. Sorry about that. I haven't seen him for a minute, but he's still around. Yeah, he's still making movies. I see him every now and then. Yeah, he was in Penitentiary too. Yeah. He was under the boxing ring. Yeah. But too sweet, too sweet, too sweet. I might have to review Penitentiary. I don't know if I can though, because Penitentiary. I don't know if I can review that up here on YouTube. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff in that movie. I don't know if I can review that movie. But yeah, he was hilarious. Said, we got $200. Ain't that right, Debo? No, Debo said, I got $200. So, but Tony Cox, he's Mr. Parker, and he came home. He come home and find Bernie Mac's character, the pastor, in there knocking boots with Mrs. Parker, and Bernie Mac come running out. The pastor come running out the house with his clothes in hand, and Tony Cox came out there pissed. He picked up a brick and threw it through that Cadillac window, and he gonna, him and Mrs. Parker gonna get into it. Okay, he gonna end up throwing all her shit outside on the ground, on the lawn, and so that was definitely a hilarious scene. The phone rang. Craig goes in the house, and it's that girl again. She called and let it ring one time and hang up, just to see if Craig is around. Okay. There's a lot of crazy scenes in Penitentiary movies, especially hit the first. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I can review that on up here on RC. Now we could watch it in the Discord and we could watch it, you know what I'm saying, together. But yeah, I can't watch it. I mean, we can't. That movie is kind of hard to probably review because it's a lot of stuff in there. So that girl Joy is calling and slammed the phone down once again. So they come out the house. Stanley then came back. Craig gave them the signal. They come out the house, and then he said, look, this the last time I'm gonna tell y'all, stay off my damn grass. Okay? Stay off my lawn. Look, it wasn't nothing but dirt over there anyway, but he just don't want nobody walking on his little grass or his little dirt on his side of on his house. And I don't blame him. That's his house. So Debo then took the money and took off and left. Okay, so that $200 Smokey did not get. He didn't get no part of it. So now they get to start smoking. They, by this time Rick James on the soundtrack is playing. He's saying Mary Jane. I'm in love with Mary Jane. She is my main thing. She makes me feel all right. She makes my heart. Look, I love me some Rick James, okay? I love me some Rick James. It ain't a Rick James song that I don't know, and it's not a Rick James song that I don't love. I was a Rick James girl back in the day, okay? Super Freak. Look, I might even when them songs came out, I might have been even too young to be singing them damn songs, but I was singing them. You know what I'm saying? And when I was a little girl, because Mary Jane, all that came out in the late 70s. When them songs came out, I thought he was talking about a woman, but I'm a kid though, right? When I became an adult and started doing my own thing, I realized Mary Jane was talking about marijuana. So, and look, everything he said in that song is true. Everything he said in that song is true. Um, if you listen to the lyrics of that song, everything he said in that song is definitely true. Um, he said, "Good God, Almighty, Miss Parker, we was just playing. What he said? Oh, we was just playing. We was just playing. Yes, yeah, he was just playing. All right, he was playing footsies underneath them sheets. When babies were born in the early to mid '90s, they were known as zennials. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Stay off my freaking grass. Hmm. Um. Oh, you said when they was born in the '90s. Oh, yeah, I wasn't born in the '90s. I don't know what it was called. I don't know. I don't keep up with all them names and them terms of what we supposed to be called based on our birth. I don't keep up with all that stuff. Um, they were still wearing '90s flat top hairstyles. Oh yeah, during this time, yeah. And this was after Boys in the Hood. So remember, Ice Cube had a jerry curl, and he cut all that off, shaved all that off. Okay, and because like I said, he wasn't with no NWA and all that no more, and he just shaved it all off. And he had no. I'm glad he got rid of that jerry curl. Lord knows, glad he got rid of that. Um. Oh, so you're a millennial, okay, from '86 to '91, okay. Um, well, they getting down. They smoking. Craig getting high, and then just enjoying it. Day now here go Felicia. She said, "What y'all smoking? What y'all got?" And then she come over here begging again. There you go. Always she looked like she stank. She looked dirty. She looked like she stank. So begging ass Felicia, always asking for something. And they say bye Felicia. Told her to get the hell on. Craig is high as hell. He thinking that he's seeing Big Worm up in he was supposed to be making some Kool-Aid. He thinking he's seeing Big Worm up in the cabinet. So he's just having, he's being, he just his brain is all altered right now. He's just not delusional. What's the word I'm looking for? Not delusional, but he think he's seeing Big Worm in the cabinet where the Kool-Aid supposed to be. He said, "You playing with my emotions. You supposed to be having my money." Yeah, I need to borrow your VCR. Don't nobody. And then she said, "Can I borrow your car?" That's what also something Felicia had said. "Can I borrow your car?" And she said, "Don't you asking to borrow a car? Most people ask to borrow sugar or ketchup, and you asking to borrow a damn car." And that's gonna borrow your VCR. You know damn well if she gets your VCR, her ass is going to sell that to go get some crack. Okay, so no, you don't give a crackhead nothing. Plus, they'll steal it from you anyway. Like I said, Craig is high. So now Debbie comes over. That's played by Nia Long. She comes over. She looking for Dana, which is the sister. That's Craig's sister. And then she tells Smokey about a friend of hers. She said, "I got a friend who you would love. Here's her number. Give her a call." And he said, "She cute?" I said, "Yeah, she cute. She real cute." And then he goes to call the girl on the phone, and she gonna talk about she looked like Janet Jackson. And he go control, and she thinks somehow she looked just like Janet Jackson, trying to sound all sexy in the phone. And Craig is so high. She said, Craig, Debbie said, Craig, are you high? He said, oh no, I ain't high. But he's hearing things, seeing things. He having all kind of delusions going on in his head. Seeing things is not there, hearing stuff that's not there. And then she talked about how Debo been messing around with her sister, Felicia, and talked about how Debo be roughhousing her and grabbing up on her and grabbing up on the sister and everything. And so, but now we see Big Worm, and Big Worm got the ice cream truck, and we got the fat kid looking to get his ice cream. And Megan Good is in the background. This ain't, you can't see in the picture, but she's one of the little kids in the background. But she didn't have no line. She was just standing there for the ice cream truck. She was a little kid. She looked like she was about 10 years old. It got cut off in this picture, so you can't see her. And then he's sitting there lying, talking about trying to act like he got $200, and he probably ain't had no more than about $80 in his pocket. Maybe 100 at the most. He ain't have no money. He done spent up that $200 and smoked up all the weed. So he said, "Look, I'll be back by 10 o'clock tonight. You better either have my money, my $200, or my bud." And he was coming to get him if he didn't have it. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. Debo turned out. Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. Debo ain't no good. Debo is no good. So, damn well, these niggas will kill you over $1, more or less $200. Okay, you ain't got that bud or the weed. He said, because he said, give me the rest of that bud because I know somebody around the corner wants to buy. And he said, oh no, I done sold all of it. He said, oh, you give me my money. He tried to act like he had the money, and it was number about $80, maybe $100 in there. And so that's why Big Worm threatened him. And then he done took the fat kid's money, didn't give him his ice cream cone, his ice cream sandwich. So we're gonna see. We'll deal with Big Worm later on. So now we get the hoochie mama girl, Joy, come over there with her the big fat dookie plaits used to be out back in the day. Some of the girls is back wearing them now. They back doing that again. But then Craig is in the house because Debbie came back over there because she had left her purse. So Craig in the house with her. And so now when she see Debbie come out, she just start going off. You know what I'm saying? Just, like, who is that, Craig? And blah, blah, blah. And start gritting on Debbie and all that. Debbie ain't thinking about her, okay? Debbie is not thinking about her. Let's see what y'all saying. You say you got if you ain't got my money or my bud, I'm killing you and him. That's exactly what he said. Yeah. So now Smokey got to take a dump real bad. He got to do number 2 real bad. The father then came home because he done got bit in the ass by a dog. Okay. He done got bit in the ass by a dog. So he home and he said, and he had to do number 2 real bad. So the pops would not let him in the house. He go banging on his mama door. The mama didn't answer the door, and he didn't have his key. So I don't even know if mama was home, but she sure didn't answer the door. But he goes and steals a newspaper off somebody's front porch, and he goes and steals the newspaper off the front porch, and he goes around the corner behind the house to go and take a dump. And I mean, what was you gonna do? Wipe your ass with the newspaper? I guess if you gotta go, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I would have damn broke him. I mean, well, I guess he can't break in the house. Look like they might have bars on the window, but I don't know. his mother was not opening up that damn door. Craig wants the money. Yeah. Craig ended up asking Joy for some money, but she ain't give it to him. But he goes and take a dump on the side of the house. Like, I ain't never been in no situation like this. I have never in my life, in my 50 plus years, been in no situation that I had to go to the bathroom that bad. Now, I'm talking about the number two. Now, peeing, that's something different. Now, I've been outside and had to pee, and you ain't nowhere near the house. I mean, that's a whole different thing. I didn't have to do that before in the behind a bush, and that's a whole different thing. But I'm talking about number two. I ain't never had to do number two in the street like that. And he wasn't even covered real good. He wasn't even hiding. Anybody could have seen him. And Ezel was like, he told Ezel, "Don't you tell nobody." He said, "Oh, I ain't gonna tell nobody." And then Ezel just started going around yelling it all up and down the street. Smokey back here taking the shit. So he seemed like he had got old girl together, and she calmed down, and he was trying to ask her to borrow some money. I don't know how he was gonna pay it back because he ain't got no damn job, but he was gonna answer for $200. It seemed like she was gonna give it to him, but then old Felicia come up again, begging it once again, and she gets jealous and she takes off. So Craig didn't get the money. Yeah. Yeah, never. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm 54. I ain't never had to take no damn number two outside. That is crazy. I don't know what I would have done. I would figure something out, but I just ain't know. I can't see me doing that. Well, Craig was in the house, and he goes and pulls out his piece because he got to walk Smokey home, because he told Smokey, he said, "Look, you was playing games." He said, "I ain't worrying about Big Worm. I ain't thinking about him. It'll be fine. I ain't thinking about that food." And he said, "You think it's a game? This dude gonna come and kill you, and he gonna come and try to kill both of us. We everybody taking it serious, but you. You always think everything is funny." So he goes now to get his piece because he was gonna try to walk Smokey home, but the dad saw him, Pop saw him with the gun, and this is a lesson right here. Is he said he said, "What's wrong with you young people? Y'all always want to pick up a gun and shoot somebody." He said, put up your fist and fight and live to see another day. I mean, listen, I agree with that, but in this day and time, it is rough out here. In this day and time, I don't know, it's rough out here. Joy said to Craig, "What are you going to do for me?" She wanted Craig's magic. Exactly. She wanted some of that magic stick. But Felicia ass walked up begging once again. So she she came up begging once again. And so then he didn't get the money. But then now he wanted to have his piece on him for protection, just in case Big Worm come swinging around, coming back around. But he said he's gonna come back at 10 o'clock at night. But Pop said, "Look, don't use no gun to protect yourself. Use your fist and live to see another day." Where if you get shot, you ain't gonna live to see no another day. But I understand the sentiment of what Pops is saying. Y'all, this is the funny part right here. Look at Red's eyeball. Red come back around. He obviously worked at UPS with Craig, and he said, "Yeah, everybody at work talking about you. Everybody watching the video of you, stealing the boxes. Everybody been laughing at you at work." And then they said, "Well, how's your eye?" He took off his glasses. His eyeball looked like how Kanan's eye looked when Marvin, knocked his ass around, okay, and beat the hell out of him. And Debo, and they was like, "Damn," you know what I'm saying? And that you see that meme everywhere online all the time. Damn. Debo come back around again, and then they got to hide their chains and all that. But he talking about I'm gonna tuck mine in. No, you gotta take it off when Debo come around. You can't just tuck it in because he saw it sticking out of his shirt and he just snatched it and he took off. Debo took off and he was like, "That's my mama's. I mean, my grandmama gave me that chain. My grandma gave me that chain." And he just ran off crying. Got in the car and just started bawling and crying. He said he gonna cry when he get in the car. He sure did, driving off with that little that little teeny car, just driving up the street, crying. So Debo is a big bully. Okay, I can't stand bullies. I don't like bullies like this. I don't like no bully of no kind. Don't be messing with people. And you always mess with people who you think will not come back. You met bullies always mess with people, the ones they think they can bully and pick on and push around. They don't never try to mess with somebody their own size. They always try to mess with somebody that they think is smaller than them or weaker than them. And that's why I don't like a bully. Okay, I think a bully is weak. Yes, DJ Pooh helped write Friday with Ice Cube. They were writing partners together. Right. And he also helped write The Wash. And he wrote on a lot of songs. DJ Pooh is a DJ, number one, but he also wrote a lot of songs too. Oh, excuse me. Wrote a lot of songs too for Ice Cube and not write for Ice Cube, but like he helped produce. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm sorry, produce. He's produced music for other artists. Not, but he also ghost wrote for a lot of people. Not for Ice Cube because I know Ice Cube writes all his stuff. Um, you said you ain't like The Wash at all. The Wash is funny. Niecy, Miss Niecy, I'm telling you, the Wash is funny. The Wash is funny. I think Friday is better, but I think The Wash is funny, especially if I'm good and high. If I got an edible and I watch The Wash, oh yeah, I'm falling out laughing. Okay, so then the sister, she home from school, and her homegirl's gonna come over here to do her hair, and um Smokey's trying to, flirt with the sister, but she said, I heard you got another girl you talking to. And Debbie told me she hooked you up with somebody. And so it's just a little flirt. She ain't thinking about Smokey. She ain't a bit more going out with Smokey. The dad came home early because he got a bite on the ass from a dog. So he got a big old patch on the back of his backside, and laying there with his Snoopy doll. Okay. So evening starting to come. The mama come home from work, and the girl who she talking about, she looked like Janet Jackson, played by Yvette Wilson. Rest in peace. She's also passed away. I think she had cancer or something. She passed. And she also played Andale on Moesha. A lot of people know her from that. She was a stand-up comic. She used to be on Comic View. She also did Def Jam. She was a stand-up comic for years before she even did Friday or Moesha. But she did a lot of other movies. So, and she did the Parkers. Everybody know her because she played Andale. But she ended up getting cancer and she passed away, unfortunately. Yes, yeah, I said that. The Parkers, Moesha. She did she did a lot of movies, a lot of black urban movies, and things, but a stand-up comic first. She was a stand-up comic before she did any of this. And so, but rest in peace. Like I said, half the cast has passed away. Most of the people in the cast have passed, a whole lot of people. So she talking about she looked like Janet Jackson, and he talking about you look more like Freddie Jackson. Look, she's not an ugly woman, of course, but her body didn't look like no damn Janet Jackson, especially from the, especially during that time, her body didn't look like no damn Janet Jackson. So, but that was funny. She had and then she had the hat on with the fake braids, and then when she took her hat off, she was bald headed underneath of it. Had a short cut. But Craig is asking, everybody can he borrow money. He asked his mama, he asked his sister, and everybody's like no, and the mother was like no, you can't borrow no damn money. You how you gonna pay back? You ain't got no damn job, you know. And so uh Smokey goes over to Debbie's house and said, "Why did you lie to me?" She said she looked like Janet Jackson. And he said, "Look," she said, "Look, I ain't know she was gonna say that, but but I thought that y'all would get along real good. I thought y'all make a great couple." And so Debo is up in the house, laying up in the bed next to Felicia. He done knocked Felicia on the floor, and he's gonna go in there and try to steal the $200 out of his pocket. But of course, Ezel come looking through the window and yelling and hollering, so he couldn't get the $200. Well, here go what's his name? Big Worm got his goons coming through there, starting to spray, look like a little drive by, and Craig and Smokey is hiding in the back of a pickup truck. I mean, look, I know $200 is $200, but goddamn, it ain't that damn serious to come with no damn machine gun, no AK-47 to gun nobody down over no damn $200. It ain't that deep. But hey, people shoot you now for $1, over $1. They'll shoot you now for no money. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. But so as we heading toward the end of the movie, things are winding down. Debbie comes out there. Debbie comes out there with her sister Felicia, and Debo obviously beat the hell up, beat Felicia up. She got a busted nose, a busted lip, a busted eye. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't condone no man beating up on no damn woman. Okay, I don't give a damn what she did. You don't be beating her up. You know what I'm saying? You get if she's violent, you get away from her. But you don't be beating up on. I think that's a weak ass man to beat up on no woman. And this girl's a crackhead. What the hell you beating her up for? What the hell you beating her up for? So, and you probably the one who turned her out onto the crack, and you sleeping with her and taking everything from her. She ain't got nothing. So everybody in the neighborhood is coming out. All the neighbors, everybody's coming outside, see what all hell going on. And she said, if I was a man, I would kick your ass. And then he goes and slaps Debbie in the face. And this is when Craig then jumped in there. Said, man, that's a female. What you doing, man? And he goes and ready to put his gun up in Debo's face. And he said, what you going to do with that, Craig? And you ain't going to do nothing. And the daddy told him, said, look, Craig, give me the gun. Give me the gun. And he remembered what his father said, to use your fists and live to see another day. So him and Debo, he gave his father the gun, and him and Debo just going there. Debo choking him and dragging him and kicking him and stomping him. And Debo was beating the hell out of Craig, because Debo a big dude. And Craig got to even jump up high just to even punch him in the face, because he's a tall, big dude. But Craig ended up getting the best of him, and he beat him up, and he knocked his ass out. And so Red was finally able to get his bite. And what was that? Ezel, he comes over there telling me, you got knocked the F out. Debbie is consoling Craig. He got a busted mouth, busted head. He bleeding. And also, Smokey was able to get his that $200 so he could pay Big Worm. So Craig looked like he gonna get an opportunity to take Debbie out, so he finally macked her. And he done with Joy's ratchet ass. So at least it's a happy ending for Craig. It's gonna be a happy ending for Craig because he gonna get his job back, and he got a date with Debbie, and he done dumped that girl. Okay, and beat up Debo. So it ended up being a good day for overall. But yeah, so the father back on the toilet again. It got Craig up in the bathroom and it's stinking while he taking another crap. Like, good Lord, he just crapping, crapping, crapping. His stomach must be real tore up. I don't know what the hell he eating on. He probably eating burritos and all kind of beans and stuff. He eating something bad to make him go to the bathroom to stink like that. If your bowels stink that bad, that means your insides is rotten. You're not eating enough vegetables. He needed some salad, some broccoli, some collard greens, some kale, some spinach. He eats something. Your bowels ain't supposed to be doing all this. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying. Yeah, the first two penitentiary movies was great. The third one was not good. I agree. Red got that chain back that his grandma gave to him, right? And he got his bite too. Well, he said that your supervisor called and they want you to, I guess come on back to work. And so, so everything ended up going good for Craig at the end of this. And he didn't have to use that gun. Smokey called Big Worm and said, listen, I got your $200, but I'm done. I ain't selling no more bud for you. I'm going into rehab. And then, but then as he said that, he lights one up real fast. And, he goes and lights one up. So allegedly he's supposed to have gone to rehab. So when they did the next Friday, Craig had to get out of town and go to what's that, Rancho Cucamonga or whatever it was, where his uncle and Day Day was, his cousin Day Day, because remember Debo was getting out of prison, getting out of jail, and he was going, or jail, prison, whatever, and he was coming to look for Craig, so he had to get Craig out of town. The father had to get him out of town, so that's how the second one went. So with Uncle Elroy, who had hit the lottery and Day Day and all that. So I might end up doing that at some point too. Not next week, probably. I don't know. I'm going to switch it up. So I don't know if I'll do that one next one, but at some point I'll end up doing next Friday. Because that one was also a good one, so I'll do next Friday at some point. So yeah, I love this movie. Of course, me just recapping it and talking about it, reviewing it, don't give it justice. If anybody had never seen this movie, they have got to watch it. It's on a lot of streaming platforms. You can find it for free. But if you can't, get it or find it or whatever, go on and rent it, for $3.99 or $5.99 or whatever it is. It is worth the money. It is worth watching it. Classic movie, funny, quotable all day long. Soundtrack is great. Great casting. This was the first for a lot of people who we didn't even know. Some of the actors, some of them we did, some of them we didn't. So this is a classic movie. This is a hit, and I see why everybody wants Ice Cube to continue to do another one. So we got Friday, next Friday, Friday after next. Friday after next is a Christmas movie. I usually try to do that one during Christmas time. And I think I did it last Christmas. I think I did. Let me check and see. But if I didn't, I'll do it this Christmas because it's a Christmas movie. And then, so they working on Mike Epps and Ice Cube and Pooh are working on a script for a new one, and this would be called Last Friday. I don't know when that'll come out because they haven't even started taping it. They haven't got no cast. They haven't got any of that. They just working on the script. So it might be 2027, 2028, I say probably more 2028, but you never know. They could tape it and have it out by the end of 2027. They haven't even started the casting yet. One of my favorite comedy movies. Oh, this is one of your favorite comedy. Yes, it reminds me. It reminds you of how a street over in Flint, Michigan. Okay, yes. Mm-hmm. Everybody got a neighborhood like this or had one growing up. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't deal with my neighbors and stuff now. I don't know those people. I don't interact with them like that. But back in the day, growing up, yes, we had a neighborhood where we knew each other. We knew the people across the street. We knew the people to the right. We knew the people to the left. We knew the people behind us. We knew everybody in the neighborhood knew each other. We had block parties and all that. Now this day and time, I'm in the suburbs now, and I don't know these people. I don't interact with them like that. I speak and mind my business. I don't bother with them. And then the foreigners around here, I don't interact with them. I say hello, and they say hello, and then we just go on about our business. So, but that's this movie, y'all. That's that on that. I appreciate y'all. I wasn't up here too long. Hour 45 minutes. I ain't bad. So I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna get some more. I think I'm gonna try to do every Friday, do a different movie. I was gonna do Belly tonight, but I switched off and did this movie instead. So maybe Belly might be next week. What y'all want me to do next? Y'all tell me what y'all want me to do next. Cause I did a lot of the hood movies already, but I ain't finished everything. There's still a lot more movies to be done. I still got more Spike Lee movies to do. I got more Denzel Washington movies to do. There's a lot of movies to do. So what would y'all like for me to do? Y'all can leave me comments and let me know. Um, Belly might be next week, but if I get more people saying, I might put a poll. Maybe I might do a poll and see what people might want. And maybe, you never seen Belly? Oh my gosh. Belly is good. I mean, some people say they ain't like Belly, but I like Belly because I like, hood movies. Oh, yeah, Superfly, but that's not until, yes, we're doing Superfly, me, Tamika, and possibly Moochie if she's available. But me and Tamika for a fact, for sure. We're doing the 70s. We always do, we back now doing our 70s throwback movies. That's always the last Sunday of a month. So the last Sunday of the month is going to be on the 30th of August. So 6:30 p.m. Sunday, August 30th. We're doing Superfly, the one that came out in 1972, not that dumb remake, not that whack ass remake. We're talking about the original with Ron O'Neal, but that's on Sunday, August 30th, last Sunday of the month. Car Wash. Well, see, the 70s ones, I'm trying to do them with those. Going to be done with Tamika. So I'm gonna do like other ones, 80s, 90s, 2000s, things like that. The 70s movies we're gonna do it with. We did Which Way Is Up. We did that one. Go back and check me and Tamika's pages. We did that one. That's on my if you go back in like a year ago, we did that. Car Wash. I'm trying to think that we do Car Wash. It's on our list though. Me and Tamika are gonna do that one. But I'm just saying some ones that I'm gonna do by myself, or maybe if I have a panel of other people. I thought I was gonna have some visitors today, but I guess everybody was busy tonight, So it's okay. Yeah, I did a whole slew. We did a whole bunch of them, and I did a lot of the I did all the Tupac movies. I did a New Jack City, Minister Society. I did Boys in the Hood. Yes, Blue Hill Avenue. I still have to do that. I was supposed to do that a while back. I'm gonna have to get that one in. I'm gonna have to get that one done and get it over with. And the Wood. So I'll just see how I feel next week. I'm gonna try to get something next Friday. I'm trying to get something next Friday. So I'll see how I feel. But maybe Blue Hill Avenue, maybe Belly. Or it might be a Spike Lee movie. Because I know I did Do the Right Thing a couple of weeks ago, but I may end up doing Jungle Fever or what's the other one? Mo Better Blues. I got to get Malcolm X in at some point. So it's a lot of movies to do. Life, that's a good one. I could do that one too. So, I mean, it's going to be a number of movies. I'm going to try to get something done. I really don't. I'm trying to say I'm going to do something next Friday. I hate to promise that it's going to be every Friday, but at least I'm going to be more consistent with dropping, more throwback recaps and stuff. And I'm gonna get some documentaries out too. I just haven't, I got to take the time to watch them. But it's a lot of shows right now that's out that I'm watching. Trying to catch up on shows. I got to get my Fight Land recap done. I'll probably try to get that done by Sunday. I might go live. I was going to do a video, but I might go live on Sunday and do Fight Land. So look for that. And then, let me see. And I know I do it with Amina in Detroit and another gentleman named Slayeth. We do that on Tuesday. Wednesdays is Lioness. Okay, Wednesdays is Lioness. So I'm trying to stay a little more active, throughout this month. So I may, so I don't know. Maybe if I have time next, if I have time next Friday, it's going to be a throwback movie next week. But if not, it'll be the following week. But I'm at least got to do every week, once a week or once every other week. So I don't want to make a promise of every week because anything could happen, anything comes up. So, but definitely look for Fight Land and look for Lioness. Those are two things I got coming up. And then I'm squeezing some other things here and there. And I haven't done a trending topics for a while. So I might try to get a trending topics in one day this week. Maybe Thursday or something. We'll see. Maybe try to get a trending topics. I'm gonna talk to Detroit, see if he want to do it with me. So anyway, that's that on that, y'all. Let me get out of here. I want to light my little joint. I've been holding on to it in my fingers for the past hour and a half. I want to light this little joint here. And I want to get me something to eat. I am starving. Okay. So, you missed Trinity Time. Okay. So that's definitely coming out because I've been wanting to do it. So that's definitely coming out. And you say you just rolled up. Okay. So yeah, I'm about to smoke this little joint right here and, get me something to eat. Cause I'm already hungry and I ain't even started smoking yet. Cause Eric ate. Soon as I start smoking, I get the munchies. Soon as I'm in the kitchen digging around looking for chips, I'm looking for ice cream, I'm looking for fruit, I'm looking for anything in there. I get the munchies like crazy. So, all right, y'all. Let me get up out of here. And Miss Niecy, I definitely going to get the trending topics. I'm gonna see if I can get it done one day this week because there's a lot of things to talk about. So, but anyway, I will holler at y'all. Y'all have a good night. I know I won't be live tomorrow. Saturday is my dad. Me and my man hang out and do stuff together. So I ain't likely gonna be up here on no Saturday night. Unless something changes. But Sunday I would try to get Sunday I'll try to get my Fight Land. If Fight Land would be out on. I might go live. I was gonna do a video, but I might just go live. I might go live, talk about it. And see, and then, so if y'all have watched the new episode of Fight Land, I haven't even watched it yet. I got to watch the episode. So if y'all have already watched it, come back on Sunday, maybe around 6, 7 o'clock, and I'll, talk about it. Okay. But if any, and I'll put it in the community tab, keep y'all posted. So y'all have a good night. Oh, you talking about, damn, about the munchies. Yeah, I do. I get the munchies. And don't let me have a little piece of edible. I got some chocolate edibles, y'all, that are so goddamn good. It's like you eating a little candy bar. And all you gotta do is if I eat the whole thing, I'm really in La La Land. But I'll just break it in half usually. It's like a square, a chocolate square. It's like 10 milligrams. But and I had some that was 25 milligrams too, but that's really potent. But I break a thing in half. Oh my God, I get the munchies. So, let me stop telling y'all all this. All right, y'all. I'm getting up out of here. Y'all holler at y'all. Y'all have a good night, and I will talk to y'all. I'll see y'all on the YouTube streets over the weekend. Love y'all. Bye.